In the dead of night, deep within the silent forests or clinging to sheer cliffs, lie colossal structures that few would ever believe were crafted by fragile creatures with nothing more than delicate wings. But don't be fooled. Some bird nests are not only vast enough to astonish mankind, but they also conceal chilling secrets. There are nests that hang in the wind like coffins swaying in a storm, nests buried deep underground where sunlight has never touched, and mud fortresses so solid they seem as though they were built by an unseen hand lurking in the shadows. Join us on a journey to uncover the strangest, largest, and most mysterious bird nests in the world. Creations of nature that are not just homes, but eerie monuments that leave humanity both in awe and with a shiver down the spine, as if standing before mysteries yet to be unraveled. Number 1. Montezuma, Hanging Nest, Central America. Deep in the forests of Central America, the Montezuma oropendula builds one of the most unnerving nests in the natural world. These structures can reach nearly 2 meters in length, swaying dangerously from the thinnest branches so fragile they seem ready to snap at any moment. To the human eye, it looks like a coffin dangling from a fraying rope, swinging endlessly above the void. Yet against all odds, these nests survive storms and winds that should have torn them apart. Scientists suggest the precarious design is no accident. The swaying motion keeps predators like snakes and monkeys at bay, while also training the chicks inside to balance, as if nature itself were preparing them for survival. Even more chilling is the behavior of the male. He doesn't build just one nest, but sometimes dozens, all hanging like ghostly lanterns across the canopy. Not for shelter, but to impress a mate. Imagine an architect constructing entire towers along a crumbling cliff edge, risking collapse, all for attention. The Montezuma's hanging nest is not only an engineering marvel of instinct, but also a haunting reminder that in nature, beauty often comes hand in hand with danger. Number 2. Sociable Weaver Giant Nest, Southern Africa. In the vast savannas of Southern Africa rises a construction so massive and eerie that it almost looks man-made. But it isn't. It is the work of tiny birds called sociable weavers, creatures no bigger than a sparrow, yet capable of building nests the size of a house. These nests, often described as apartment complexes in the sky, can host more than 100 pairs of birds at once. From the ground, they resemble a rotting thatched roof clinging to the branches of an ancient tree, heavy and ominous, as if the weight alone should tear the tree apart. The design, however, is disturbingly brilliant. The upper chambers remain warm during freezing nights, while the lower levels stay cool beneath the scorching African sun. It is a self-sustaining fortress, carefully engineered without blueprints or architects. But perhaps the most unsettling part is that the sociable weavers do not live alone. Snakes slither inside the chambers, owls roost in the shadows, and other bird species find shelter within its walls. What looks like a community of harmless little birds is, in reality, a dark and crowded tenement, a natural housing block where predators and prey are forced to share the same roof. These massive nests are more than homes. They are living, breathing structures. And as you stand beneath one, hearing the rustle of wings and the hiss of scales within, you cannot help but wonder, is this a triumph of cooperation or a nightmare of nature's making? Number 3. Golden-breasted weaver, the hanging drop, Africa. Across the wetlands and grasslands of Africa, the golden-breasted weaver creates one of the most hauntingly perfect designs in the bird world. A nest shaped like a teardrop, dangling precariously from reeds and branches. Each entrance is a narrow tunnel, barely wide enough for the bird itself to squeeze through, yet designed to keep out predators. To human eyes, it looks less like a nest and more like a woven trap, a delicate prison hanging in the wind. What makes this structure chilling is not only its design, but the process behind it. The male bird, with no tools but its beak, weaves blade after blade of grass with obsessive patience. Every strand is tied, twisted, and locked into place, creating a fortress so sturdy it can withstand storms. But there is a merciless truth hidden here. When the female inspects the nest, she is judge and executioner. If she disapproves, the male must tear the entire nest apart, every strand of grass unraveled, and start over from nothing, again and again, until perfection is achieved. To us, it may seem like art. To the bird, it is survival. A tireless ritual of creation and destruction, repeated endlessly, as if these small creatures are bound by an ancient curse to build, fail, and build again, until they earn acceptance. Number 4, bowerbird, the love stage, Australia. Deep in the forests of Australia lives a bird that does something eerily different. The male bowerbird does not build a nest to live in, but instead creates what can only be described as a stage of seduction. Using sticks, shells, berries, feathers, even pieces of plastic and glass stolen from human garbage, he constructs a shrine-like arena. Everything is arranged with uncanny precision, colors sorted, objects aligned, as if guided by some mysterious aesthetic sense. To us, it looks disturbingly human. A bird, no larger than a hand, creating an art gallery in the wild filled with symbols of beauty and power. Some researchers compare it to the way ancient humans decorated caves with paintings, or how modern people design cathedrals, theaters, even fashion runways. But here, there is no audience, only a single female bird who will walk through the bower like a queen inspecting a throne room. Her decision is final. If unimpressed, she leaves, and all the effort, days, even weeks of obsessive work, is nothing but a failure rotting in the undergrowth. This is not a nest. It is a performance, a ritual that blurs the line between animal instinct and human-like creativity, leaving us to wonder, are we witnessing courtship or a glimpse into the uncanny intelligence of something far older and far stranger than we dare to admit? Number 5, southern masked weaver, the perfectionist architect, Africa. In the scorching savannas of Africa, where the sun burns mercilessly and storms strike without warning, the southern masked weaver builds something extraordinary, a small spherical fortress, woven entirely from grass and reeds. At first glance, it looks delicate, almost fragile. But step closer and you realize this miniature orb is an engineering marvel. Cool in the heat, dry in the rain, strong enough to resist the elements, a home designed with eerie precision. Yet the most chilling part is not the construction itself, it is the judgment. The female weaver, with a critical eye sharper than any human architect, inspects every curve, every fiber. If she disapproves, the male has no choice. He must rip it apart, strand by strand, and start again from nothing. Over and over until perfection is achieved. It is a cycle both brutal and mesmerizing. Endless labor, endless rejection, endless obsession with perfection. In some ways, it mirrors our own world. Artists discarding drafts, architects tearing down flawed designs, lovers demanding more than devotion. But here, in the silence of the savannah, it feels almost sinister. A tiny bird, enslaved by instinct, condemned to build and destroy, like a ghost architect forever chasing a design that will never be truly complete. Number 6. Great crested grebe, the floating architect, Europe and Asia. On the still waters of hidden lakes, where mist drifts like pale ghosts at dawn, a strange construction drifts silently, the nest of the great crested grebe. Unlike most birds, this architect chooses not the safety of trees or cliffs, but the shifting, unpredictable surface of the water. Its nest floats like a forgotten raft, woven from reeds and aquatic plants. At first glance, it seems fragile, doomed to sink with the first storm. But here lies the unsettling brilliance. The nest is anchored by hidden cords of vegetation deep below, holding it in place like invisible chains. When the water rises, the nest rises with it. When it falls, the nest descends. It is a cradle that breathes with the lake itself, a bed of water that no flood can drown, no drought can expose. And yet there is something almost eerie about it. Imagine sleeping on a bed that rocks endlessly, surrounded by black water, where unseen creatures glide beneath. A nest that drifts not only with the wind, but perhaps with whispers of the unknown lurking below the surface. It is survival, yes, but also a chilling reminder that nature does not build only for comfort. Sometimes it builds on the edge of fear, where beauty and danger float side by side. Number 7, Eurasian magpie, the fortress builder, Europe and Asia. Deep in the forest, hidden among twisted branches, the magpie builds something far more intimidating than a nest, a fortress. Layer upon layer of thorny sticks are interlocked with mud so firm it resembles primitive concrete. From the outside, it looks less like a bird's home and more like a spiked citadel, an armored dome designed to withstand storms, predators, even time itself. Yet step inside and the contrast is unsettling. Beneath the harsh exterior lies a chamber lined with fur, wool, and spider silk, a bed so soft it rivals the comfort of a human bedroom. It is as if the magpie has created its own dual world, a brutal fortress on the outside and a luxurious sanctuary within. To predators, it is impenetrable. To the magpie, it is a castle. And to us, it is a haunting reminder that nature can build fortresses as cunning as any human engineer, strong enough to outlast those who dare to destroy them. Number 8. Ovenbird, South America. The breathing clay tombs. Deep in the forests and grasslands of South America, strange clay structures cling to tree branches. At first glance, they look like miniature ovens, or even ancient urns left behind by forgotten civilizations. But the unsettling truth is far stranger. These are the nests of the ovenbird, known as the Rufus hornero. With muddy clay mixed with dry grass, the birds mold each piece with almost human-like craftsmanship. Under the scorching sun, the mud hardens like fired bricks, transforming the nest into an earthen fortress that defies both storms and time. What chills observers is the eerie uniqueness of each nest. No two are ever the same. Every pair of ovenbirds seems to leave a personal signature, shaping their homes in twisted, labyrinth-like designs, or sealing them into domes that resemble miniature cremation chambers. Some look less like shelters and more like tiny tombs suspended in the trees. Even when the birds abandon them, these clay ovens remain for decades, silent relics hanging in the forest canopy. They feel less like nests and more like monuments, as if carved by some ancient hand. It leaves us with a disturbing question. Are these birds merely building nests for survival? Or are they unknowingly creating breathing clay tombs where life and death intertwine within cold, hardened mud? Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the world's strangest and most mysterious bird nests. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss our next mysterious adventure. See you in the next video.